Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Hanna. I'm a CPA and financial planner. I just came out with version 2 of the Personal Finance Spreadsheet Bundle, and I am so excited to share it with you. So as a quick overview, several years ago I decided that I needed to get my own personal finances in order. This was before I went into the financial planning industry. And I looked everywhere for a software program or an app or a spreadsheet, anything that would help me to create my own financial plan. And it doesn't exist. So I started to create one, and I just kept building on it, and I decided that it was something that I could share with other people. So the purpose of this is to help you to do it yourself, obviously, and to really bring all the pieces together and integrate them. So the budget integrates with the tax projection. It just all flows through, which also helps you to calculate how much you'll need in retirement, how much you need for life insurance. Everything really flows together. In this video, I wanted to provide just a quick overview of each section, and then later I'll come out with videos that help explain each section a little bit more in detail, so you can see how it all fits together. The Table of Contents tab shows everything that's included. It also helps you to navigate around the workbook because it is a very large workbook. So you can click on these links here. Another way to navigate is to right-click on the this arrow down here, and you can get a list of the sheets and go directly to them. Another way is on the overview sheets. There are tabs on the top that will take you to those sections. So first there's an input sheet that is required. If you enter all of this information, it flows to all the various sheets without having to re-enter that information. The first couple of worksheets have to do with making your financial goals. So it helps you to prioritize and define them. Here we can calculate financial goals, such as how much you need to save per month for a goal or how much you'll have in the future. The next section is what I call the Personal Finance Essentials section. It covers your cash flow, net worth, and emergency fund. So we can look quickly at the current money overview. This overview shows you how much you've spent year to date, as well as some estimates throughout the entire year. It also includes your most recent net worth summary and some key financial ratios. This workbook is totally customizable, and I've tried to make it as easy as possible. So you can see here you can change all of the budget categories, and I've marked where they flow to on the spreadsheet so you know you're not messing anything else up. So that's same with net worth categories. If we look at the annual budget, you'll complete this at the beginning of the year. That will flow to this annual cash flow, and then when you've actually completed a month, here in this transactions tab, it will flow to the annual cash flow. So you always want to have a full year data here. That will help you with your tax planning and then some other calculations such as life insurance, disability insurance, and some various other things. You have a brief summary of each month that you can go through the current month, look to next month, and make some notes there. Your savings rate is calculated here, and then you can pull in your accounts for your net worth. You can see the current net worth here and the historical net worth on the next sheet. The next tab, the 10-year projection, actually pulls in a lot of information from future sections, such as the saving investing section, and just projects out, obviously for the next 10 years, what your net worth will be based on all of the scenarios that you model later. The last part of this section is the emergency fund. So it just has you estimate based on your current budget how much you spend each month, and then at the bottom you can calculate how many months you want to save, and it'll give you the total amount that you need. Managing your cash flow is very important, but it's not the only task that you should be doing when it comes to your money. So there's a bunch of other sections that helps you to manage the other aspects. We'll start with the debt and credit management portion. So you can see this overview provides you some really brief numbers about how much you're paying in debt payments and compared to your income as well. It also includes the projected ending balances. So let's go through some of these sheets. There's sheets to help you manage your credit score, input your credit reports, manage credit card details, credit card debt payoff, and then amortization schedules for your fixed loans. So that'd be things like your mortgage, home equity, student loans, and auto loans. So you can see here, this is a great tool to analyze if you make extra payments on your loans, how much quicker and less interest that you are paying on those loans. The tax section is my favorite of the whole workbook. As a CPA, it's really important to me personally to track my expenses throughout the year, and this makes it so easy to do it. So you can see on this overview, it has a very quick summary of your federal income taxes. It shows you your marginal income tax rate, effective rate, and then some other key numbers here. It gives you a detailed analysis of where you are in the tax brackets. The best part about this is that each year you can update these key tax numbers and be able to use it without downloading a new sheet, unless there's some significant changes in the tax law, which isn't expected because of the most recent tax reform. Of course, you never know. You can calculate tax estimates, so this is especially helpful for those that own their own business and have to pay in their taxes quarterly. The 1040 tax summary is kind of a brief snapshot of the Form 1040 and a bunch of schedules. It's all on the same sheet. This pulls in information from your annual cash flow sheet to automatically determine what your income items and your deduction items are. So there's definitely some added input that's needed here, but it makes it really simple by pulling in as much as possible to calculate these numbers. There's a Schedule C and a Schedule E tab here where you can calculate your rental properties, and you can do that in detail. For example, this is the business one. You can see how you can put in different categories there. You can calculate your capital gain and losses, the new QBI deduction with the new form that comes out for 2019, self-employment taxes, alternative minimum taxes, additional Medicare, and net investment income tax if that relates to you. And then you can see how things are being calculated if you have qualified dividends, capital gains. You can go through that here. The state taxes is more of a template, because of course there's 50 different state taxes, although a few of those states don't have an income tax. And you can just set this up once and then be able to pull in various tax items. So you can link them, you can add new additions, subtractions, and make it match your own state tax return. One little extra on here is the ability to calculate your federal withholding and your state withholding. So again, the state withholding is more of a template that you can set up based on whether you have a fixed rate state or a progressive tax state. So here you can enter information from your latest pay stub and determine based on the number of allowances you're currently claiming. You can see that here, and then determine whether you want to adjust those allowances and how much to adjust those to. The next section is the insurance section. So it provides a quick checklist of you to go through your insurance policies and then some key insurance numbers. For the homeowners, renters, auto, and umbrella insurance, it provides a place to simply document your current coverage. Ideally, this will help you to go through your policy and make sure you have a really good understanding of each one. There's a home inventory here you can go through. So you would ideally go through each room in your house and document what you own. This will help you with insurance if anything ever happened, unfortunately. Or also I've used it for international moves. This medical insurance tab also provides dental and vision coverage, so you can go through that and see what you have for medical insurance. Life insurance helps you to calculate how much you need based on either income, a combination of income and debt, or there's also a really detailed method. Disability insurance provides a way for you to determine any gaps that you have in your coverage. So you can see on this example there are some gaps. So you might want to put in place a different insurance policy or supplement your current one, or just make sure that you have investments to cover these gaps. The next portion covers your savings and investing through the accumulation phase of your financial plan. So that's essentially up until your retirement age, which you've specified on the Inputs tab. This overview sheet covers just a few key things that you may want to look at when you're thinking about your investments. I like to look at my accounts by tax type. This way, especially when I'm considering retirement and going over my retirement plan, I like to have a good mix of assets, especially between the tax-deferred, tax-free, such as like a traditional IRA and a Roth. There's an investment policy statement template you can take a look at here. Your portfolio allocation and fees. So here's the amounts in each category, and then the expense ratios here. That's all pulled from the stock and fund detail tab. The asset location sheet helps you to consider which investments are best in which kinds of accounts. The remaining sheets here show each investment account, so you can track both historical and projected future data here. This way you can see how your investments have done in the past, and then you can also see how you can expect them to do in the future. Of course, this is just an estimate, and sometimes your stock is going to go up and sometimes your stocks are going to go down. But this is just an overall look at just a projection, just trying to plan ahead, essentially getting you toward retirement. The saving and investing portion got you to retirement, and now we're going to look at the retirement plan. So this overview just includes a quick summary of things that are included in these next few sheets. It includes your progress toward the retirement goal, how old you will be if you retire based on your current contributions. Let's see, and then retirement accumulation and drawdown is actually a compilation of the information from the saving and investing until the retirement drawdown. So it's just a total of all of those sheets. The retirement needs helps you to calculate, compared to your current budget, how much you think you'll be spending in retirement. Of course, you don't really know, you can't be sure, especially if you're younger, but this is the best way to make a plan and just do the best you can to figure out how much you need based on your lifestyle. There's a great comparison of contributing to taxable, traditional, or a Roth account. This is a huge question that all financial planners get is, should I be contributing to a Roth or should I be contributing to a regular IRA? So this will help provide some insight based on your current and your expected tax rates. The drawdown summary allows you to analyze different assumptions and see if your retirement assets are likely to last through your full retirement. So you can see you can put in different withdrawal rates, rates of return, inflation rate, tax rates. You can also adjust your balances here. These pull from the saving and investing tabs. So if you want to make adjustments, such as not including your brokerage account, you can do that here. This last sheet helps you to calculate your Social Security benefits. So you can see it helps you to calculate both your current earned benefit, which would be through the end of the current year, or your future projected benefit as well, which would be if you're planning to work 5, 10, 15, however many more years. So there's more information about what this means and how this is calculated in the instructions. If you have dependents, the college savings portion can help you determine how much you need to save and how much you might expect to pay for their college tuition. So the overview, of course, just includes some key numbers that you can use to analyze whether your contributions are sufficient and how much you can expect. This college costs tab shows you a little bit in more detail and allows you to put in some inputs like the current annual tuition and inflation, which of course for college is going up higher than the average inflation, and even set a goal of how much you want to cover for those expenses. The expected family contribution is used with the FAFSA form to determine how much a family can, I would say, kind of afford to pay, or how much they expect you to pay in. So that's a quick, easy calculation that a lot of it comes from the budget numbers. So you can very quickly see that. And then these last 3 tabs allow you to track the college investments. So this is through savings and withdrawing the funds later for tuition. Here. The last section is the estate planning section. So there's a quick checklist of the documents you should have in place and accounts to check for beneficiary designations. These last 3 tabs kind of walk you through some of the questions you should consider in creating your last will and testament, and then a medical and financial POA. That's it for the summary of everything that's included here. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you at contact@makingyourmoneymatter.com, or you can contact me through my blog, www.makingyourmoneymatter.com. Thanks so much.